spoke to Joan, he didn't speak back.
Sit down.
I wonder why.
Call the meeting to order as everyone rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village clerk, please call roll.
Here.
All right, item number 2, our comments. Do we have anyone with public comments? While we get the mics and stuff, just so we can start reminding everyone, I know last couple meetings we've had some cell phones ringing. If you would, please make sure you got your cell phones either on or silent during the board meetings. And see if you can get something posted. Just on the board. Go ahead and state your name and address for the record, please.
Javante Hazen. I was checking, I wanted to know if you were aware or the status of an application to the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Development opportunities for the 2014 Youth Employment Program. Are we or does somebody plan to?
I have to, your comments tonight have to be by agenda. I didn't read it here, but questions and comments must be directed to the mayor. And each speaker is given 3 minutes to speak on a topic on the agenda item only. So, but you know, if you turn that over to the village clerk, she'll follow up on it.
Okay, thank you.
I apologize for that. I should have read the first one. I've forgotten in a long time. Any other questions or comments from the audience? All right, seeing none, move to item number 3, reports from officers, mayor's report. Sometimes this is loud, sometimes it's too quiet. It's very loud tonight. So, first of all, I'd like to say that, just give me a second, I just want to try to turn this down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Hopefully you can still hear me. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the Sauk Bulls. I was able Saturday to spend just a little bit of time with the players and their parents and their family members. They had a pizza party and trophies, so I'd like to thank Parks and Recs, Trustee Hoskin, and all the Parks and Recs committee members. We had a successful year, and it looked like the kids had a great time. So I'd like to thank you for all that you did this last year. I'm excited about what the Parks and Recs is talking about this next year, going into the summer months. So I was able to talk to some of the kids and some of the parents that are looking forward to basketball in the summer. And I think there's some real excitement going on. So I'd like to thank you for that. I was able to talk to George Panos the other day when it comes to the restaurant on the corner 394 in Sauk Trail. They're hoping to open within the next 30 to 60 days. They're still doing a lot of work, so I don't know if you have a report on that or not, but hopefully we'll see that restaurant reopen under a different name, so that's exciting. Chicago Air Power, they have some deals in the works, so looking for someone to go back in and take that building, so hopefully we'll see some movement back over to TIF number 2 again, so we're excited about that also. With that said, I'll move to Village Clerk, Ms. W. Williams.
Mr. Mayor, the youth program was actually a big part of my report. Now, I don't have the paperwork that you have, so if you would mind sharing with me, I would appreciate it. We have contacted Bloom Township, and we have applied through their program, which we try to do every year. The problem with Bloom Township's program is that it's limited, extremely limited. This year is only outside work, and we do have people that are willing to supervise the outside work. We've also been talking with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, which also has job programs for the summer, also outside work. The problem is we don't have a lot of people to supervise people that are working outside, nor do we have enough jobs for them to do outside. But I would very much like to see the paperwork that you have, and I'm going to follow up on it immediately. And second of all, anybody who has not filed their statement of economic interest, you have till May 1st. If you need any help in filling it out, let me know. I'm going to have to help. And Illinois' Second Congressional District Financial Empowerment Fair. Let's Talk Finance, Wednesday, April 16, 2014. This is going to be hosted by Congresswoman Kelly at the New Faith Baptist Church, 25 South Central Avenue in Madison, Illinois. You can register by going to http://repkellyfinanceworkshop.eventbrite.com or call 708-679-0078. I don't know if this is part of somebody else's report, but I'm sure these flyers will be made available for you as well. I had a concern from a resident regarding the Republic Services bill that they received. I noticed that I also got a Republic Service bill, and I'm sure others have. And you know Republic Services are garbage pickup services that bill for our water bill. However, if you have special services or special totes, you will be receiving a bill directly from Republic. This resident said that there's a resident in South Holland that's paying $30 because it's a yard waste tote rental fee only. South Holland is paying for the collection of the yard waste bags and the cost of the rental. That's the response. I beg your pardon. The resident said, I'm looking for a booklet from South Holland that shows rental of a yard waste container in South Holland from Republic is $30 per year. That resident received their bill from Republic and they're billing her $120. This is a substantial difference. I reached out to Anthony DeLuca from Republic, and his response is, the resident from South Holland is paying $30 because it is a yard waste tote rental fee only. South Holland is paying for the collection of the yard waste bags, so the cost of the tote rental is not included with the resident's monthly fee. The $30 is a rental fee paid by the resident directly to the hauler for the use of the yard waste totes. In Sauk Village, the cost for the resident includes the rental fee for the 96-gallon yard waste tote and for the collection of the yard waste. Plus, the resident can use the 96-gallon yard waste tote during the winter months as a second trash tote. For example, if a resident in Sauk Village uses 2 yard waste bags per week, 60 gallons, the resident will have a cost of approximately $5 per week for 35 weeks. If the same resident stops using the yard waste bags and the sticker program and takes advantage of the 96-gallon yard waste tote program offered by Republic, that same resident will spend significantly less money and be able to dispose of 3 times as much yard waste. The 96-gallon yard waste tote program in Sauk Village is designed to be more convenient to use and save residents money. Lastly, what is most important with the Sauk Village program is if a resident chooses to mulch and not collect and dispose of yard waste, the resident incurs no cost at all. So this could probably benefit more residents than the one who sent the letter. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. And also, Rose Langston, I have to apologize in advance. I will not be able to make your fun birthday this weekend. I wish I could be there, but unfortunately I have to work, so I'm going to wish you happy birthday in advance. Happy 80th or 85th birthday to you? 85th? Happy 85th birthday to you. I'm sorry I won't be there with you. Sign up for the Sauk Village email alerts. There's flyers in the back of the room. We're still trying to encourage people to sign up for the email alerts. If you want to know what's going on a more timely basis, this is one of the newer ways that we've created a way for you to do it. And I'm still looking for information from anybody who knows how we can get the word out to residents in a more timely manner when events are happening. Any suggestions you have would be more than welcome. Easter egg hunt, Sauk Village Church of God, Saturday, April 19th, 2 to 4 p.m. Not to be confused with the one that Parks and Recs for Recreation is going to be reporting on in a few minutes. And there's also flyers on the back of the table for this one. This is a totally separate Easter egg hunt. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. That was my report.
Thank you very much. Moves to Village Attorney Matt Berman.
Thank you, Mayor. Just have 3 ordinances set for tonight to pass. First one, creating a license for automated rental machines. Second one, amending the village's procedure for collection of village fines. And third one, creating an adult use moratorium on adult use, so the village can revise its provisions. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Move to Village Engineer, Mr. Sarni.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. An update on the water treatment plant improvements project. Site mobilization is complete and the job trailer has been delivered to treatment plant 1. At treatment plant 2, which is well 3, in the iron filter building, the contractor has removed the existing iron filter, media, concrete pedestals, and electrical. In the well house 1 and 2, the contractor has begun prep work for the VFD installation, broken up and removed the sand storage bin, and delivered the piping material for storage. And we are hurrying the contractor along to get the VFDs installed at wells 1 and 2, because if you remember, we're getting an energy savings grant of $8,200 for replacing the constant speed drives with very low efficiency drives. The catch is that we need to have the work done by May 15th. So the VFDs are ready to be picked up. We just need the contractor to get those puppies installed and get the invoices and the remaining paperwork turned over to the CEO, and hopefully we will get our $8,200. So, that concludes that. And then regarding the MFT work for this year, we started design of the road replacement projects. So Jeffrey and Peterson up on the northwest side. So look for that to be bid in late spring. That concludes my report.
Thank you. I just have one question to the delineators. Are they going to, how are we coming along with that?
I was hoping Kevin was going to be here tonight because I was going to ask. Because what we want to do is we want to get those replaced now that winter's over. Public Works can do that. And then as soon as that happens, then we're going to order the new ones to replace the ones that have been broken. Get our stock full again. And also we need that in order to be able to certify that the quiet zone is complete. Once that happens, then you won't hear train whistles anymore.
And the second thing, could you explain to those that may not know what a VFD is, what it means?
Sure. There are two types of motors, well, simplifying it. There's one type which is constant speed. So when that motor kicks on, it goes from 0% to 100%. It's a big electrical load. So what happens is you've got a lot of energy use associated with that. So there's another kind of motor that's been on the market for a long time, and that's called a variable frequency drive. And when that's called to operate, it starts out and it runs very slowly. And then if it basically matches the demand, the pumping demand. So if you need just to pump a little bit of flow, it'll ramp up very slowly and stop. If we need to go all the way up to 100%, then it'll ramp up very slowly all the way up there. So you're only using the power that you need, and then the initial electrical rush that's required is much, much less with the variable frequency drive. So what that equates to is a lot of energy savings over time, to the point where, in this case, certainly with the grant funding that's being provided, grant funding combined with those energy savings will pay for those variable frequency drives, and going into the future, we'll be able to see the energy savings for the next 20 years of those drives.
Thank you so much.
We received some good news from the governor's office this last week too about NFT funds.
Oh yeah, thank you. The governor has promised an influx of motor fuel tax money, and this is I think the last year of that influx. So typically the village gets an additional $43,000 for road repairs. So we've been taking that money, throwing it into our road repair projects. So that'll just be more money that we can use next year to repair more roads.
Thank you very much. All right, move to reports of trustees, board committees, Parks and Recreation Committee, Trustee Costin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, yes, Saturday we had a pizza party and trophy award presentation for our basketball program. Our basketball program was a great success. All the kids had a good time, and the Sauk Village Wolves were the winner of the tournament. So congratulations to all those kids, and thanks to all the parents and people who supported it. It was a great time. Special thanks to the coaches who took care of the kids and the teams and helped the season come out like it was. And with that being said, the winter program is behind us, and on Saturdays and Fridays for the month of April, I'll be taking sign-ups for the summer program, the summer basketball program. We're also adding the cheerleader program right on in with that. So So those are a couple of things coming up. I have that going on. Last week, or a week and a half ago, we had the food pantry had a special giveaway. We had 82 families from the area who showed up to take out the food. So that program was very successful. They were very happy with the turnout, and they are going to try to plan another one. We plan in Parks and Recs, we'll be having an Easter egg program. That will be over here at the Community Center from 1 to 3 on Saturday, April 19th. So we'll be having pony rides, and there'll be a couple other things going on. So come on by and enjoy that with kids. Our next meeting will be Thursday at 6 p.m. over at the Community Center. That will be talking about a special tutoring program that's coming in and a girls' dance team that's been requested. So we have some more programs that will be going on. So we're looking forward to that. Also, we have our next game night. It will be May 2nd at 6 o'clock at the Community Center. We also have light refreshments with that, so come on out to that too. So we're going to try to have an exciting summer as we start to plan the 4th of July celebration as well. So come on out, get in touch with us, come to the community meeting. We'll be more than happy to help you out. We'll listen to all suggestions. That's all I have to say.
You're still looking for volunteers for 4th of July, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if you're interested in the 4th of July, if you want to help participate this year, please see Trustee Poskin, also I think Trustee Morton and Trustee Myers. They were very instrumental last year, making it such a success. So I would encourage you to reach out to these 3 trustees if you're interested in helping in this year's 4th of July events. So, and again, I would say thank you to all 3 trustees for all they're doing. It's extra, and it's over and above what they do when it comes to events like the 4th of July and the parades and things like that. So thank you very much. Move to Beautification Committee, Trustee Morton.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to report that Beautification Committee will be meeting April 13th here at the Town Hall at 2 p.m. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Ordinance Review Committee, Trustee Myers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple items. Ordinance Review Committee will meet this Thursday, 7 p.m. here in this building. And the other item is Sherry met with the collector agency, and we are proceeding on getting everything set up to go to the collectors and go to the Secretary of State to pull driving permits from the people that has 10 or more citations, unpaid citations, and we'll keep you advised on that, sir. That's all I have to say.
That's a lot, 10. Move to Intergovernmental Relations Committee, Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. State Senator Napoleon Harris is having a fraud and foreclosure workshop Wednesday, April 23rd at the Gloria Taylor Banquet Hall, 14821 Broadway in Harvey. The topic of discussion will be homeowners with mortgage issues that need information. You will have the Attorney General's office will be there to answer the questions that you may have and also show you how to prepare for and avoid financial problems. This is a RSVP event. The phone number is area code 708-893-0552. First come, first served. They want you to RSVP. I do have a flyer, and if anyone wants to any more information about it, I will be here at the meeting. I'm also going to put it on the Intergovernmental Relations website. So this is something that may be valuable for those that may be going through that process or have been through that process, or may be thinking about going through the process to find out what's going on, because there's a lot of scams out there. People claim that they can do this and that for you, for your home, and they really cannot. And also, we're planning in the Intergovernmental, we're planning some informational seminars that will be coming up throughout the summer. So I will be getting in touch with everyone to let them know when and where they'll be held. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee. Neighborhood Watch Committee, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to remind everyone that we will be meeting on this coming Monday at the fire station at 7 o'clock p.m. Also, I want to say the Neighborhood Watch Committee has been working very, very hard. We have a lot of programs that's going on right now, but I want to take a moment to recognize one of our newest Black Club captains that's here tonight from the Brookwood area, Mrs. Carolyn Fry. Would you just raise your hand? I want to appreciate her. And the rest of my committee is working on getting Black Club captains department, so as they can come to the meeting, we'll introduce them so people can know who they are. And I want to also remind you that we will be having our, I think it's going to be our final practice this coming Saturday for the video that we're going to be shooting from the song Happy with Pharrell Williams this coming Saturday at the Community Center from 11 to 1. So if anyone is interested in being in that video, we have a lot of people that are. Let them know that they need to be there Saturday at 11 o'clock because we're going to be having our last rehearsal hopefully before we go to our targeted shoot day on May 3rd. And that concludes my report.
What was the new black captain's last name?
Her name is Carolyn Fry, F-R-O-Y-E.
All right, move to public relations, community outreach partnership committees, trustee Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of things. First of all, I would like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors for Student Government Day. Jenny Blaze, Pat Couch, Chief Softbringing, Enbridge, Robbins Engineering, and Olson and Stirk. Without our sponsors, we could not do this. So again, thank you very much for your support and your donations. On top of that, I'd like to say thank you to the volunteers for that day. We had a cake and coffee and punch reception afterwards, and we had many volunteers over there setting that up. We had volunteers throughout the day who helped us with the kids, and we had staff members who did that. So again, thank you as always to our departments, our department heads, for making sure that we had staff, for making sure that we had vehicles. The kids really, really, really do like the tours. They find them informational. They have a ton of questions. They are active participants. They do like to ride around in the village vehicles, especially the ones with lights and sirens. They like to, and I do appreciate that the staff members appease the students, and they often go places with lights and sirens. I'm not sure, how that is to anybody else. They do like to turn those on. And a special thank you to Officer Frederickson, who was very engaged throughout the entire day. The kids were upset that Thalka was not present on Tuesday. Knowing that fact, thank you to Sergeant Southbury, because she did contact Officer Frederickson on Thursday, on his day off, and did make arrangements for him to meet the children with Falco. They did come up to hometown with us, and both Sergeant Salisbury and Officer Frederickson did share a meal with us, and then they went to Rickover with Officer Falco and did a presentation there. And from what I understand, the kids were enthralled by the whole situation. So thank you again for all of our department heads, our staff, our volunteers, the board members, our residents that night. Everybody made it a really, really great night. The kids had a very good time. So as always, I'm very appreciative for Student Government Day, and next year's a big 4-0. So we're going to have to do it big. So the village clerk and I have already talked about some things that we'd like to see happen for next year for the 40th anniversary. So we are definitely looking forward to it. And that concludes my report for that. And as far as the Community Outreach Partnership Committee, we did have our meeting tonight. We are working on another meet and greet / informational session. We'd like to kind of branch out to other departments as well. We have come up with a couple of other ideas that we need to run past two of our department heads and possibly our attorney. So there will be emails that will be sent out this week to kind of format some things that we would like to see in the works. So look for some information from us. And that concludes our report.
Thank you, trustee. Move to Fire Department 911 Commission Chief Stopper.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Over the past 2 weeks, the fire department responded to 19 calls. 1 gas leak, 7 fire alarms, 5 medical assists, 2 car fires, 2 CO and 1 smell of gas, and 1 odor investigation. We are in the process of fitting men and women for new gear. The gear is being paid for by a state grant. We have 3 bids for this gear, and LMI Firestorm had the lowest bid, for which they were awarded the contract. Also be advised, our old pumper 5100 is in the shop for pump repair. It should be back in service by April the 17th. The pump was 20+ years old and needed repair in order to keep our floor rating with the insurance company. And also, it will be at least 2 more years before looking at replacement.
Thank you, Chief. Also, thank you for going out and getting that grant. First I remember, was it like $25,000? 25,000, so thank you very much. And, good to see it going to good use. Thank you. Move to Police Department, Chief Colevis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report from the dates of March 25th through today's date. We responded to a total of 779 calls for service. 145 of those were traffic related. 40 parking violations, 98 calls for service, 39 domestic calls, 50 ambulance assist, and 80 business trips. And I'd also like to mention Officer Frederickson. We met earlier today, and he advised me that we were granted the vest for our K9 Falco, and that was done on a grant that Officer Frederickson applied for with a little assistance from myself, and we should be receiving that vest within the next couple of weeks. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Chief. Great job. Just so the board knows, Kevin Waller did contact me. He went home sick today, so that's the reason he's not here tonight. Administrative Service Director, Mr. Zinsky.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have a few things. I spoke to the restaurant owner last week, and he informed me they were planning on opening the week of Easter. So, I don't know. It's going to be a breakfast and lunch facility. It's going to be open from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then they're going to poll, I guess, the customers to see about opening for dinners. They'll be installing a new sign and a new awning. The sign company will be in tomorrow to pay for their sign permits. So hopefully it'll be open like the owner indicated to me. The public notice will be put in the paper tomorrow for the inspection agency for bids to be taken. The last day to have bids in is May 13th at 5 p.m. and that night the board can open the bids. Code enforcement for the month of March wrote 156 tickets. Animal licenses went on sale April 1st. They're $10 if the animal is spayed or neutered. Non-spayed, $25, and I believe there's a $5 senior discount, one per household. May 1st, village stickers will go on sale, and those fees haven't been raised. So they will be on sale May 1st through June 30th or 31st. They have to be on your vehicle July 1st. And that concludes my report.
Sharon, I just have a question. You mentioned, I think, a couple of meetings ago about the, you were issuing tickets to some of the businesses that have signs that block their windows. Have you had any headway with that?
Actually, she showed up at night court on Thursday, and that found her guilty on one ticket and dismissed the other one. And Just Phones was found guilty on one of the tickets, and then next court she has other tickets coming up. They removed quite a bit of those signs, so we haven't been writing them anymore.
So you're satisfied with what they have now?
Yeah, at least you can see them.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that follow-up on. And also, have you heard anything about Advance Auto, any update?
The last time I spoke to them, they're looking possibly of August or September.
So they're still interested?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We've been in touch with the property owners. She has Seat Up at noon, and we're negotiating the agreement, which we're agreeing for to go forward for approval.
What do you mean you're gonna separate the pens just for that business, because you have other businesses there?
There'd be, I think we're looking at two separate pins, the east side, west side of the mall. But again, working with them back and forth, we still got some stuff to work on, which we'll be finishing up, I think, pretty confident in this week, and hopefully have it prepared for the board by next Tuesday.
Now, would that be in conflict with what you were trying to do as far as make that tip one?
No, in fact, it's not tip one, it is a new tip, but it's
I
not.
mean, I'm sorry, well, we won't be tip one, we had tip one, so tip five, I mean, will it be in conflict with that?
No.
Okay.
All right, Finance Director, Mr. Raoul.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Department has completed 911 financial report that was requested by Illinois Commerce Commission. I did complete it yesterday. The audit for 2011 and 12 has been completed. The final report to the Illinois comptrollers will be filed either tomorrow evening or day after tomorrow morning. Before filing, I may have to review once again, just make sure everything is fine. If everything looks fine, it will be reported day after tomorrow morning. The audit for 2012 and 13 has already started. We have been halfway through. Hopefully that should be completed by the end of this month or at the beginning of May, first or second week. That ends my report.
Thank you very much.
Another question. I forgot to ask you earlier, excuse me, the budget for this year. Have we started setting up dates?
Not yet. It's going to be the consultation.
Still working on the budget, still putting the numbers together. So once we have a recommendation from the mayor's office, we'll, I guess, sit down with the department heads one more time. And we'll start looking for dates. But in the period of time, we start from the time, it's like 180 days, 90, it's either 90 or 180 days, I was going to get through stuff that we have. So the important thing right now is the audit, and that's where all of our resources and that's where all of our focus is right now, to get the audit completed, and then we'll move forward on the budget.
Thank you.
Sauk Village Homeland Security, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Board. The last 2 weeks, Homeland Security responded to 24 calls. This consisted of 1 car accident, 7 fire alarms, 1 car fire, 10 school patrols, 2 gas leaks, 1 CO alarm, 1 snow gas, 1 spill of gas, and 1 over investigation. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Human Relations Commission, Ms. Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to say that the Human Relations Commission met on last night, and we talked about and discussed the upcoming diversity workshop. That date is still pending. We're going to have a follow-up to the diversity dinner that was such a success that we had about in January. So anyone that's interested in knowing how the workshop is going to be handled, or if you have any questions or you want to volunteer to help, we have 2 commissioners here tonight. We have Commissioner Frank and Commissioner Steve. You can see either one of them or myself at the end of the meeting tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. To the Housing Commission, Commissioner.
Yeah, the only thing I want to report is we have a housing meeting here in the chamber, Thursday, so
Commissioner, I'd like to thank you and your committee for having the event last Saturday.
we had a rent-to-home owners seminar this past Saturday. We had a relatively good turnout, and I'd like to thank my whole committee for putting it together and working with the bank and everything. It was very successful.
Yeah, I stepped in for a few minutes, and it's really going from event to event, and it looked like we had a good turnout. And again, I appreciate the committee for putting on something like this for village residents. And the name of the event that came out with was
Community on the beach.
Community.
And matter of fact, from that seminar, 5 people have been processed and have already moved into a home.
Great. Thank you very much. All right. Move to senior committee, Ms. Leinster.
I just wanted to announce that the Blue Township luncheon for the 16th on Wednesday, tickets have been sold out for several days. So it's, and that's the last luncheon for the year. Their next event will be their annual picnic on August 7th. And we have a senior committee this Thursday at 5 p.m. And we've already had several people checking the kitchen to make sure that the refrigerator has been cleaned out and been keeping it that way. We're still having a little problem with key access to the senior center. That ends my report.
And I'd like to also wish you a early happy birthday. All right, move to item number 6, consent agenda. Does any trustees have any items on the consent agenda that they would like to have on? Hearing none. I ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So,
Motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon. Myers.
Yes.
Hoskins. Yes. Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Move to item number 7, new business. Ask for a motion to approve the accounts payable and disbursements for March 26, 2014 through April 8, 2014. Is there a motion to approve? Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Trustee
Of
Burgess?
course, yes. The item that's been paid, I just wanted to know what the U.S. Postal Service, what was that included? What did that include?
Scans.
No.
For the machine.
Yeah. The U.S. Postal Service includes the postage that has to be paid out to the FP, that is postage vendor. It's the meter postage.
The money that you pay, I saw the meter, I saw that, I'm talking about the 30.
That's what I said. It's the postage that has been in the machine that we need to pay.
For the machine that we have.
Yes. We have that much in the machine.
You still have to pay for the postage.
No, I mean, I saw postage being paid out, I mean, in the accounts payable. And I saw the postage meter, and the permit fees that were paid out, but I didn't know that. Is this once a year?
No, normally it will be once or twice a year. We will cut almost $4,500 per time. So that will serve almost about a year.
And then the second thing, Mayor, I know we're paying Roland for the service that they're doing for us for the lobbying, but when can he come before the board and give us some kind of report? We've been paying 4-5 times already, so when can he come before us and at least give us an update of what he's doing? Not, he did?
I said I can reach out to them and ask them. I know right now they're down in Springfield because they're in session, so, but I'll find out when they have time to come for the board. To give us a report.
That's all I have.
Burgess.
Yes.
Gordon. Yes. Myers.
Yes.
Hoskins.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Move to item 8, miscellaneous comments from the Mayor and Board of Trustees. That is Trustee Quinn. Trustee Myers? Trustee Martin?
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to report that last week I attended the Illinois Corridor Partnership of Progress. And basically I went there. There was not a lot of elected officials there. Basically what it was is for small businesses to take part in the signing up for a bidding process of getting some work and stuff like that. The reason why I went there is basically to network with the companies down there, and when they get their bids set, I reached out to a lot of the major K5, Walsh, Lorick companies that are out there and asked them if it's possible to have a job fair having them coming here, hosting it here in the municipality, and opening up to the south suburban area, so we can have some of the people from the south suburbs get hired in on this job. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Trustee Costa. Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say that we have the Neighborhood Watch campaign with no texting and no bullying pledge, and we're going to take those pledges up until June the 1st. And I really want to take this time to appreciate the school boards and the superintendents of 168, Superintendent Travellini, for disseminating the information and putting it up on their webpage to let their teachers and their administrators know about the no texting while driving on the streets of Sauk Village, as well as the no bullying. And also the superintendent of Bloom Trail and Bloom South, Superintendent Dr. Navarre, his secretary, his staff has been so influential in those two high schools in getting those pledges out. And I just want to thank both of them for their cooperation with the school districts. And finally, I want to say that I did go to Bluegrass on Sunday here at the Senior Center, along with Tom Hassey. It was his last night before he left. And I really enjoyed myself there with him and the musicians, with Nadine singing and with the Ketchums and my sister. We went over to just listen to the music with Tom. And I just want to say I'm really going to miss him. He is a genius when it comes to municipal government. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Two things. First of all, I just want to say to Trustee Hoskins, you took a program that was virtually non-existent because of what had happened before, and you turned it into a viable program as far as the basketball program. I'm just proud and glad to say that it was a tremendous, from where you started from and where it started from to get to where it's at. And I'm glad to see that. I saw the trophies that someone put pictures up. I saw you had a lot of trophies out there, and you had a banquet and everything. A lot of people don't know we didn't have a program much after I got through with it and I was taken off of it, and I knew that it was hard to start it back up. So you did start it back. You brought it back up. I just wish now that we can get some money so you can go ahead and put another clock in there or get that fixed, so you don't have to have that problem next year. But I just want to say my hat's off to you because I know what it takes to bring it up and start it up from the ground up and to make it go. Now I know you have other things to do as far as baseball and soccer and volleyball. They started the Sports Association. I just want to say congratulations for that. Also, I want to say to Rose Langston, I'm going to try to attend your party, but I just wanted to tell you that it's a great task to see that you, at your age, are still very, very into it and knowing what's going on and still involved in the village over the years. If anyone ever knows how Rose got to where she's at, it's tenacity, how she comes to every single meeting. Good or bad, she has good things to say or she asks questions, but for somebody to come out all these years that I've been involved in the village, to see her out there asking questions that she didn't matter, she didn't care who it was that was there, she just wanted answers. And I just wanted to say congratulations to you. Many, many more birthdays, and just want to say it's a tribute to you because not only are you just around and come out, you actually get involved. And at your age, that's a testament. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee. Just to like to say thank you to Trustee Williams, the Public Relations Committee, all the volunteers, the teachers, the parents, the residents for coming out and supporting our youth on Student Government Night. I thought they did a fantastic job, and I was talking to Superintendent Travellini. I think they do a better job every year. So, if you know, next year I know it's 40 years, so we're looking forward to having a great event. But things like on Student Government Night couldn't happen if it wasn't for the volunteers. So I'd like to say thank you very much to the volunteers for your help. The other thing too is I'd like to let trustees know that I've been appointed to the South Suburban Areas Manager's Transportation Committee, and Trustee Morton will be my alternate. So again, another committee, but it's important that Sauk Village is out there and being